Sunrise's thoughts on voting.
I'm laying here healing from the sniffles. I never get sick, but your boy got sick. And I'm like, why would I get sick during this time period? And I think y'all making me sick. And by y'all, I mean my fellow black and brown people. Why? Because of all this voting nonsense. It's reached impeccable heights of ignorance. I wasn't going to make a video saying anything about it, but I got to. I can't hold my tongue. I got to speak my mind. That's what we got this social media for, right? In my personal opinion, I don't think people of color, black people, African Americans, whatever you want to call us, they change our name every couple decades, Negroes, whatever you want to call us, I don't think we should be participating in this system. To me, it's insane to think that we're picking somebody that we want to govern us or to govern our mind. Government govern your mental. I think it's a high form of Stockholm Syndrome. And what is Stockholm Syndrome? Stockholm Syndrome is a proposed condition or theory that tries to explain why hostages sometimes develop a psychological bond with their captors. Stockholm Syndrome is a contested illness due to doubts about the legitimacy of the condition. Well, I'll tell you what, I don't have no doubts that Stockholm Syndrome is fake because I'm witnessing it. You got people telling me I'm wasting my vote. When we know that our vote doesn't pick the president, our vote just decides the popular vote. And this is what they taught us in school. This is not a conspiracy theory, even though y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist. So let's look up and let's look right here. First off, I typed in who decides the president. This is what they taught us in good old social studies. The Electoral College is a process in which electors or representatives from each state, in number proportional to the state's population, cast their vote and determine who will be president. So this right here is telling you, you don't choose the president. Your representatives do. You know what your vote counts for? The popular vote. Now let's see a little bit about the popular vote. However, in more complex votes such as the U.S. presidential election, winning a greater share of the popular vote doesn't always translate into electoral victory. In 2016, for example, Democratic candidate Hillary Clinton won 48.5% of the popular vote across the U.S. to Republican Donald Trump's 46.4%. However, the latter ended up winning the presidency. You know why the latter ended up winning the presidency, even though most of the people voted for the other? It's because they don't choose, their representatives do. So don't tell me I'm wasting my vote when I choose not to vote. But let's keep going. And to regain clarity, I am not talking to all of America, because some of this system is set up for some of y'all. I'm not talking to Asians. I'm not talking to white people, white people. I'm not talking to goddamn Hispanic people. I'm talking to us so-called black, African American, colored Negroes. I call us indigenous to the land. That's what I call us. I call us indigenous Americans. I'm talking to y'all, us. And why am I talking to us? Because it seems so silly to me for y'all to be arguing and debating who you want to be your leader or your boss or your new slave master when we can do it ourselves. They're like, Sunrise, what do you mean we can do it ourselves? What do you mean? I mean, we don't need them. Word to Derek Grace. We don't need them. They need us. Okay, let me tell you why we don't need them. According to a 2020 report via CNBC, black buying power was $1.4 trillion in 2019 and is projected to grow to $1.8 trillion by 2024, this year. Y'all ninjas are spending 1.8 trillion to this year alone. That's all of us. And you know what you're spending it on? You're spending it on hair. You're spending it on poisonous food. You're spending it on designer clothes owned by other Europeans. You're spending it on cars that you don't need, drugs. You're spending it on so much stuff that doesn't serve you. We are spending it on so much stuff that doesn't serve us, but then want to play victim. Like, oh, the government is doing this to us. We so messed up because of the government. But then when election time come around, y'all start falling for the hoopla again. Now, here's an idea. Now we got 1.4 trillion. That's a T. Like, wrap your head around how much 1.4 trillion with a T, not a M, not a B, trillion. Think about that. No, I didn't want you to have to use your imagination, so I went ahead and went to a calculator. This is what 1.4 trillion looks like. Look at it. Look at all them zeros. So you mean to tell me we spending this much money a year and we can't solve our own problems? We can't come together and organize? They said, Sunrise, I know it's that much money, but it's hard to organize. It's hard to come together and find a common goal. You know how black folks is? You know how black folks is? Oh, do I? Is it hard? Hold on. I don't think it's that hard to come together under a common goal. Because do y'all remember this? A while back ago, a Zoom call of 44,000 black women, shout out to my queens, no shade to y'all, raised 1.5 million for your girl in 3 hours. Quote, we were ready. So with those facts being presented, I believe we can come together and organize. 1.4 trillion, we can go city to city, heal up our neighborhoods, redo our schools, start some banks. You feel me? We could do all of that, y'all. We don't need to raise money to give to somebody to then beg for them to give us money and opportunity. I mean, to me, this seems so logical. This seems so common sense. But we're in 2024 where common sense is controversial. So this is my piece on voting. If I go to them polls, I'm voting for myself. Because I can make the change. You can make the change. Together, we can make the change. And I'm joking when I say y'all got me sick, but y'all do make me sick when it comes to this stuff. It's a whole bunch of you remember the Django? Remember Samuel L. Jackson's character on the Django? Him. Y'all remember the Django Unchained? If y'all ain't seen Django, go watch Django, because a lot of us is him. We fighting for the plantation. We trying to get other people to vote for the plantation master when we don't need to. And I say this with all grace, y'all. Let's come together. Let's stop fighting. Let's stop letting this split us up. Let's stop giving our energy to a system that needs us and take our power back. I mean, look, y'all, we did it before. Black Wall Street had 30 grocery stores, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 2 movie theaters, schools, libraries, law offices, a hospital, a bank, post office, a bus system. Community members also own 6 private airplanes. We've done this before 100 years ago. You see that? 100 years ago. So we can do this, y'all. Instead of asking me who I'm gonna vote for, ask how can we come together and gather our spending power to support ourselves. That's it. I gotta heal up. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.